Hello puppies, you are welcome to General Studies class. I am Uncle Popo. Uncle Popo is here. I am also here. That's your response. We are here together. 100% attention. I want you to give me your 100% attention in today's lesson. Our subject for today is agricultural science. Agricultural science is the subject for today. In the past, Nigeria solely depended on agriculture, and our forefathers, our great fathers then, were the one doing the farming activities. They did a lot to boost our economy through agriculture, but there is one thing they were not doing right then, and that is they were not keeping farm records effectively. And that kind of idea could not work in today's society. That is why it's very important to study and look at how we can keep farm records to help us in our farming activities or in agriculture for today. Today, we are going to look at the topic, farm records. The learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define farm records, list types of farm records, and state the importance of farm records. What are farm records? Or let me say, what is farm record? A farm record is a book that is used to keep account of different activities, events, or materials regarding the farm operations. Again, a farm record is a book that is used to keep account of different activities, events, or materials regarding the farm operations. Most Nigerian and African farmers don't keep farm records and account, so they have poor farm management. That's the problem. Most Nigerian and African farmers don't keep farm records and account, so they have poor farm management. Farming in the olden days is different to farming of today, where the use of technology has dominated the farming practices. Hence, the need for keeping farm records is very important. So that is why it's very important to learn or know much about keeping farm records. What are the different types of farm records that we have? Types of farm records. 1. Daily farm record. Say after me, daily farm record. Say that. Good. Daily farm record. What do we use this for? This is the record of all important daily activities and events that happen on the farm. This is the record of all important daily activities and events that happen on the farm. Whatever you do on the farm on daily basis, that's where you record it. That's daily farm record, as the name implies. Daily, whatever you do on the farm every day, you record it on daily farm record. Let's look at another type of farm record, and that is farm inventory record. Say that. Farm inventory record. What do we use farm inventory record for? It's a record of all assets owned by the farmer and the cash values of the items. Let me say it again. A record of all assets owned by the farmer and the cash values of the items. What do we mean by the asset owned by the farmers? We are referring to the land, the equipment they are using on the farm, the crops on the farm, and in storage. All these are what we refer to the asset owned by the farmer and the cash value of the items. So that is where you record all these in farm inventory record. Next type of farm record is input record. Say that. Input record. Input record is a record of all the items in running the farm during the years. Input record is a record of all the items in running the farm during the years. Items, what are the items? Items like the fertilizer, the seeds, and so on. Then the purpose for this input record is it is used in calculating farm profit. You will know whether you are running on profit or loss. It's a record of all the items running the farm during the years. Whatever the items running on the farm for that year, you record it. What are the items we are talking about? The fertilizer, the seeds, and some others that you have done during that year. So it is used in calculating farm profit to know whether you are running on loss or on profit. Next is production records. Say that, production records. These are records where everything produced on the farm are recorded. They are records where everything produced on the farm are recorded. These records are prepared. It could be prepared every week, month, and at the end of the year. Then the purpose, it helps the farmer to keep track of how well the farm is doing. It helps the farmer to keep track of how well the farm is doing, whether you are really progressing or not. So in production records, we record everything produced on the farm. And you could do that, maybe you prepare and record every week or month or at the end of the year. Then the purpose is to keep track whether you are progressing on that farm. That is production records. Another type of record is consumption record. Say that, consumption record. What do we use consumption record for? It's a record of all farm produce eaten or used by the farmer. It's a record of all farm produce eaten or used by the farmer. Consumption, you know what, when they say consumption, you know what it means. So as the name implies, we use it to record all farm produce eaten or used by the farmer. So you record it. You don't just use any of your produce or eat it and just let it go away. You record it to know if you have eaten too much or you need to stop eating some of your produce so that you have a lot at the end. Next is sales record. Say that, sales record. What do we use sales record for? This record is used to keep a record of all sales made from farm produce. This record is used to keep a record of all sales made from farm produce. Whatever you have sold on the farm, you record it there. It's a record used to keep a record of all sales made from farm produce. That is sales record. Now the next one is farm expenditure record. Farm expenditure record. What do we use farm expenditure record for? It is a record to keep all the money spent on the farm. All the money spent on the farm, that is where you record it. That's farm expenditure record. That is a record to keep all the money spent on the farm. Now, having known the types of farm records and how to keep them, then let's look at the importance of farm records. Like I said, the great forefathers then were not doing that. Then what is the importance if we try to keep farm records? What advantage will it provide for us? What are the importance of keeping all these farm records? One, the first one is when you keep farm records, it helps the farmer to manage the farm properly. It helps the farmer to manage the farm properly because you record whatever you have eaten, whatever you have sold. You'll be able to know if you are really managing the produce or your harvest properly. So it helps the farmer to manage the farm properly. That's the first importance of farm records. The second one, it helps the farmer to plan effectively. The farmer will plan effectively to know if they will need to buy more or they will need to sell more or they will need to store some. So with the use of farm records, they will prepare effectively. They will know what to consume, they will know what to sell, they will know what they are really achieving, maybe at the end of the week, at the end of the month, or at the end of the year. So it helps the farmer to plan effectively. Maybe for the coming year too, they will know that they will need to get all this for the next farming season. So it helps the farmer to plan effectively. The third one is it helps the farmer to measure his progress on the farm. It helps the farmer to measure his progress on the farm. Through farm records, we will know whether you are progressing. Unlike our forefathers during their time, some of them did not know whether they were progressing on their farm. They just thought anyhow it came, that's how God wanted it to be. And it's not so. You should know whether you are progressing or not. Farm records will help us to know or measure our progress on the farm. Next is, it helps the farmer to assess his profit and loss on the farm. It helps the farmer to assess his profit and loss on the farm. The farmer will be able to assess whether it's running on profit or on loss. So it helps the farmer to really determine how he's running the farm, whether to adjust or what to do more to ensure profit at the end. These are the importance of farm records. In today's lesson, we have successfully talked about farm records. You were told that a farm record is a book that is used to keep account of different activities, events, or materials regarding the farm operations. A book used to keep account of different activities, events, or materials regarding the farm operations. You were also told the different types of farm records. We discussed daily farm record, farm inventory, input record, production record, consumption record, sales record, farm expenditure record. And lastly, we talked about the importance of farm records. It helps the farmer to manage the farm properly. It helps the farmer to plan effectively. And it also helps the farmer to assess whether it's running on loss or on profit. Now, it's time to evaluate to see if you had really given me your 100% attention in today's lesson. Questions. Question number 1, what are farm records? Question number 2, list 5 types of farm records. Your time starts now. Eyes on me. Uncle Popo is there. I trust you are still there. Now let's see if you are still there and you have supplied the correct answers. What are farm records? A farm record is a book that is used to keep account of different activities, events, or materials regarding the farm operations. 5 types of farm records: daily farm record, farm inventory, input record, production record, sales record, farm expenditure record, and so on. We have come to the end of today's lesson. Until next time, next lesson, Uncle Popo says, keep on studying.